of Inside the Headset. It's Tuesday. I'm on the campus of Riverdale. 50 years of tradition, but bigger than that, it's the 10th year of head coach Will Kriesky, and he's with me right now. How you doing, Coach?
Good, 10 years.
10 years?
That's crazy. That's crazy. What I got Julie at 3 years, assistant from 09 to 16, and then from 16 on, the head coach. So yeah, it's crazy. It's been time this long.
Learned a lot. Learned a lot about managing kids and about managing a football game.
Yeah, and just a total program. Understanding, the financial part, the eligibility part, the physicals, the parents, everything.
But here we are again, and now comes back around, and you're ready for the 2025 season, and the fall of it is in front of you. How are things at Riverdale?
It's going. We got a tough matchup ahead of us.
Yeah.
But, kids have gotten better. Kids worked hard all summer. We've had 2 really good scrimmages. The third scrimmage got messed up, but I've been really proud of the kids. Their progression. They're really green, so they don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? So they don't understand.
That's good and bad.
Yeah, yes.
That can cause a lot of mistakes on Friday night.
Yes.
Quick snaps, jumping off sides, not lined up properly, but flying fast to the football with no conscience. I mean, you get a lot done.
Yeah, so, I'm excited about this.
They're eager.
Yes, they are. They want to be good. So, we'll keep working and keep getting better. We do have to see a progression each week.
Yeah,
we have to see a progression because, you've seen our schedule, you've seen everybody's schedule, not just ours, but everybody in the county stuff. And you got to be ready because if you're not ready, if you slip up, it's just going to put you back in the standings. And I really believe our 5th and 6th place teams can win a first round game. Or should be able to make should be in the playoffs. I don't think it's fair, that we're going to have a really good football team probably sitting out of the playoffs this year.
Oh, that's definite. I mean, there's no question somebody's going to get squeezed, but that's even what makes it a little more gritty and a little more fun and makes it, whereas maybe, Will, you may have as a kid thought, well, you're letting up in the third quarter because we're not going to make the playoffs. Now it'll all be about, okay, we may not make the playoffs, but we're going to do everything we can to keep you from making the playoffs. And a loss in this, because it hurts you in game 2 or game 3 possibly.
Yes, it does, exactly. So, you've got to be ready to move. And the key around here is everybody got to stay healthy. So we don't know, what's going to happen on that. And with that saying, you got to make sure the next guy's ready. The next guy has to be ready to play on Friday nights. And so that's why, we tell these kids, and we've been out there practicing and going at it. And it's like, guys, we got to make sure the next guy's just as ready as the guy. You know what I mean? So you have to be ready. You have to pay attention. And, you got to have numbers. I think this year we've got more numbers than we've ever had. I think when
what were you at right now, numbers-wise?
162 from freshman to 12th grade.
That's the biggest Riverdale probably since Gary left. I mean, it's probably one of the biggest classes, or right when Ron first got here, because it's just been hard to hold it here at Riverdale with the numbers. It's just went through a certain period where football just says, I don't know if it was soccer, you had a lot of other sports, but you just lost some numbers in football. Maybe some years you had 60 and 70 on your squad, whereas this is an 80 and 90 football program.
Yeah, and I think part of that was doing with the new schools being built.
Yeah.
Of course, when Rockville was built, we lost a lot of kids.
I mean, let's face it, I just said it in the opening remarks. Oakland and Riverdale, when you pull up in front, they're 50 years old. When you pull up in front of Blackman and Rockville, they're young schools. They look great. I mean, the facade of the school, that's hard to change. I mean, you have to spend millions of dollars to change the facade just in front of it.
Yeah, we had our ceremony last Sunday, and we got the $60 million renovation in our school. It needed it, and it's done. And there's a different buzz around it. I've talked about it last week. Just watching these kids come into school last week and walking through their new renovation part, man, it was just a buzz, a smile, like, hey, you seen that?
And they did that quick. There was a little grumbling, about when it started and are they going to start and whatever. But the contractor did a great job and finished up.
They did. It's been good. And, we're blessed. And we got I feel like the Riverdale community's on the front up, and everybody's proud to be a Warrior. And a lot of the old Warriors are back, and coming around and excited about the new building. And Tom Nolan was here on Sunday, so he loves this place, and that's what this place is built off of, man. Just loyal people who love to be a Warrior.
I stopped to your brother earlier today. We had our interview and everything. A lot what a lot of people need to realize is there are 5 coaches of the 8 that have vintage bloodlines going back to West Tennessee.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Okay, and right now, Coach Counts somehow comes from West Tennessee. You come from West Tennessee, your brother's from West Tennessee, Kevin Kriesky's from West Tennessee, and then
Renshaw.
Renshaw. He's from West Tennessee. And I didn't even know Renshaw was from West Tennessee.
He was Dyer
County. That's what your brother said. So you've got a lot of, it's funny how this county is being coached predominantly by guys that grew up and played football in West Tennessee.
And you know what's crazy is Counts at Quaco, his dad and my brother may share that way, but they coached together. So
that's going to be a gritty matchup between you all. Though there's going to be some.
So us three's we've known each other all my life. And last 2 years we played at James County football team in Henry County because we wanted to play that non-district because I knew County would have a very physical, well-coached team. And we needed to see that early on the season. Oh, you
can see that already.
Yes.
Yeah, his kids ain't going back talk that guy. I mean, no, I hate to even. Oh, no. I mean,
if you need some stories, me and my brother got some stories.
We got good. Oh, I want to hear some. I can only imagine. But no, good program. Are you healthy?
We are. We're healthy, and the kids are healthy, and so we'll see if we get battle tested.
Probably the biggest thing is. For a long time, Anthony Fiorella and I on Friday night have always had Khalil Armand as the kicker. Who is the kicker?
Miles Weaver.
Miles Weaver.
Miles has been his backup since he
that's right, Miles Weaver.
And Miles punted last year for us. He's also going to do the kickoff for us this year. He's going to kick extra points and does it for us. And he's done really well this offseason, worked really hard. And, Khalil, I think he's going to be the starting kicker at the University of Cumberland this year. So, Miles...
Hey, he probably won't stay there. If Khalil gets his feet under him, he's going to move on.
Oh, yeah, and that's what we told him. So, I told him...
I mean, it's just a stop-off. Just hang tight, dude. Get good, hang tight, we'll get you out of here. And I'm not being mean to those colleges, but that's what it's all about, getting out there on the stage, proving yourself, and whether you were meant to be in the OVC or whatever, the Southeast Conference or the Sun Belt or whatever it may be. You got to find yourself, and then once you find yourself, you probably can figure out how far you can go.
Exactly.
I mean, because you take Gary Anderson, he rolled into the NFL, never kicked an NFL kick before in his life, rolled into town, kicked a couple field goals and a couple extra points. Great stories about that. Friday night, Stormfish will be here for week 1, and we got Felton coming in.
Yeah, Coach said I want to be here, and he's well known in this place. He's done a really good job, built the program up at Smyrna.
And he'll have his kids ready, you know that. He can run through a brick wall. They'll be drinking the Shatterated all the way over.
And they're very talented. They got a really good quarterback. They got some really good receivers in the front. Hill, number 74, can run. He's a 5-star. He's good at UT. And they got some really good kids up front. And he's done a really good job coaching from what we've seen in the past scrimmages. They're going to be a tough battle. And so we got to be ready to play.
Crowd will be electric here, logistic-wise and everything, parking, all that. Everybody needs to get here early. I'll be here at 4, so trying to get set up and get everything going. But everybody needs to get here early and get ready for Friday night.
Yeah, it's going to be a packed house, and we got a lot of stuff going on. We got a jumbotron working and everything, so we'll get that going. And Limbaugh's excited. Limbaugh's been playing with our new jumbotron.
Is he running the jumbotron?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, Limbaugh's running the jumbotron.
Limbaugh runs everything in the press box.
That's for sure.
I'm very very fortunate because that's one less stress I have to worry about.
That was one of the things, even when I filmed for Coach Shad and filmed for people exclusively, they'd always say, that's one thing you don't have to worry about. When you got to get camera, and then, come 30 minutes after the football, because back then, you had to burn a DVD. So you had to wait a little bit to get the DVD done. But now it's all a transfer. You just hand an SD card and you're gone. It's done. The only thing is, with you all, if I ever do that, I got to have my data first, so you know that, But anything else, Coach? Anything else?
No, we're just excited. 25 here. 2025's here. We're excited. Kids ready to play. Freshmen had a big win.
Any new look in the uniforms? Anything?
We got new white uniforms, but it's still the same. We'll keep it Tom Nolan and keep it traditional.
All right. 7 o'clock right here at the reservation, other known as Tom Nolanfield, as he just said. That kickoff's at 7 o'clock. Knox Catholic Fighting Irish. Coach Philip Shadows and his crew will be here. Y'all be here early.